Alright, what's up guys? The new patch just came out and I've already broke the game with it. I've had this build for a while, but this update really just sent it over the edge. So, today I bring to you the new meta of the Division 2. And this build basically turns Division 2 into D1. Everybody's just running around tanky as hell, spamming insta-kits. You don't even need a future initiative at this point. You could, like, probably 2v8 with this build. Solely off of survivability and DPS. This build hits for about, like, 188k. When everything's procced up, right? So, I'm just gonna show you the build now. Alright. So, the main aspects of this build are, one, adrenaline rush. You know, we all know if you're a PvPer, or if you're not, I'm going to tell you anyway, that adrenaline rush is literally the core talent for regen builds. If adrenaline rush did not exist, regen builds would be virtually useless. Because it buffers. It's a damage buffer that's needed for you to regenerate back. And then the other main piece of this build is the catharsis. This catharsis gives you survivability and damage simultaneously. Plus, if you were to run this build with the healer, you got that nice 18% incoming repair. So it's really good. And finally, we have the everyday carrier. Now, this might take you quite a while to roll properly, but it's not really needed. As long as you have one with regen on it, it should serve just as well. And we all know what perfectly efficient does, right? It gives you a 75% chance upon usage of an armor kit for it not to be consumed. And on top of that, you get a doubling of your specialization bonuses. Now, why that's good is because of the firewall kit, right? The firewall kit allows you to basically tank anything, even on a non-DPS build. So it's actually really strong. I don't know why this guy's trying to fight me. I'm trying to make a video. Chill out, man. No, man. Stop it, man. I have no kids, so this is the sole premise of the build, man. All right. Anyway, next piece we have this one. Now it's the Carl's holster. Now I am aware it's rolled improperly, just because I really just pieced this build together today. So, and I can't tinker it while I'm rogue. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait until I get off of rogue status. And what the Picaro's holster does is it just gives you an extra 50% weapon damage, which is actually really helpful in this build. It's basically necessary. And then yeah, the last piece is this. Emperor's Guard, it gives you 1% regen. Right?
Agent neutralized nearby.
That's basically all you need to know about that piece.
System curtailed.
And furthermore, adrenaline
System
rush.
reactivated.
I know I've already said this, but I forgot to mention what it does. So whenever you're within 10 meters of a enemy, you get bonus armor, which is why it's basically essential for regen builds. Make sure I keep the manhunt, you know, or the rogue status. So let's take a look at these stats, right? That's my... Alright, stats. So I know the crit damage is, you know, not optimal, but the thing is, right here, this headshot damage value, it's because my headshot damage is so high, it appears negative, right? So that's why it looks like that. But I'm pushing like around I'm in the 200s in terms of headshot damage. So I'm like high up there. Like it's really strong. And then with this, usually on my original variant of this build, I had my expertise right. So I had around like 2.5 million armor, right? So this stat was like 95 million. So this build's not as strong as it could be. And getting into the skills, right? The skills, we have the Stinger Hive. Now, the Stinger Hive can be swapped out for an assortment of things. It can be swapped out for the Booster or the Revive Hive. And I know PvPers, like, if you're actually good at the game, you might say that the Revive Hive is dookie. But the thing is, it actually is kind of bugged right now. So it heals you. It reses you in seconds, not 10 seconds like it used to. It reses you in like 2 seconds flat. And then the booster hive is just in case you just suddenly get hit with a sticky bomb. The booster hive will get rid of the burn. Now the healer chem, right? Um, it's it's okay. So this is the new function that came out with the new
rogue
update.
agent
This
killed.
mechanic is a new mechanic, which basically what it does, it gives you 50% hazard, right? And when you roll,
Rogue defender
okay,
drone
it gives you
detected.
50% hazard when you use a skill,
Hostile
right? So
defender
that's what this
drone
chem launch is for, because you
detected.
get 3 usages, and each proc of that new mechanic lasts 10 seconds, right? And if you look carefully, ammo cooldown's 25 seconds. So I'll be able to reproc this a lot, right? And then there's also another mechanic where if you roll, you get fire
Rogue
damage.
agent neutralized nearby.
Fire damage resistance, 30% fire damage resistance. So if you add that up, you have 80 fire damage resistance. So yeah, this build's virtually immune to fire. If you proc this when you see a fire build,
Nearby
you have to
rogue
proc this
agent killed.
before, or else the immunity won't apply. Keep the rogue timer. Um, yeah, that's the build, right? Yeah, that's virtually it. Like these, the other weapon doesn't matter. The FAMAS isn't meta anymore. But this is actually supposed to be the card custom because what you can do is you can strafe, right? Like while you're strafing, you can drop this and pull out the card custom. It'll make it stronger. So it's kind of like a little mini catharsis. You know, it's not as effective, but you know, it's better than nothing. So when your catharsis isn't procced, you just pop a little chem. You know, and plus it lowers the cooldown just by a little bit, just like a few
System
seconds. But it gives you an extra
malfunctioning.
charge in the chem launcher, so it's
System
actually
restored.
really good. Um, but yeah, guys, this is a build. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. You have the Golan for the 1.5 armor regen, which is beautiful that they added that 0.5%. You have Bellstone for
Rogue
that
agent
1%,
neutralized
and then you
nearby.
have this Murakami Emperor's Guard. It's easy exclusive, by the way, for that 1% armor regen. But yeah, guys, that's the end of this build. It utterly slaps. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Anyway, here's the gameplay. Oh my gosh. He doesn't realize I'm not like utilizing the build to its full potential. I could I could legit only ADS, bro, when I'm full health, and I'd get away with it. I'd be able to get away with it. Like if I really wanted to play like maximum homosexual, like it is possible. You know, it's gonna get taken anyway, so it's not like it matters. Yeah. And the thing is, the pieces are so easy to get because they're generally considered bad rolls, and you know how to vision roll.